I often say that hypnosis is merely using your focus and your imagination. And someone on Facebook asked, how does imagining actually create and retain change? Which is a fair question. A colleague pointed out a few interesting things. How does imagining you're not good enough stop you from doing things? How does imagining something bad cause anxiety? How does imagining a spider in your room send you into a panic? So basically, do you have a real problem, or do you just have a problem with your thinking? A problem with your thinking is also real, by the way. I'm not just dismissing it, but you see what I mean here. Of course, if you're dealing with an abusive partner, bullies, war zone, you have dangerous work condition, etc., etc., then yes, a heightened level of anxiety might actually save your life. And there the focus will be more about getting out of the situation. But for most people, you don't have a real problem. By that I mean that the thing that they are worried about are not physically there. It is a representation of a threat that creates very physical and emotional responses. Even with PTSD, it's not the traumatic event itself that's the problem, although very often it was really, really bad. But what is plaguing these people are the echoes of it. It's just re-triggering all those strong emotional responses. Obviously, I'm a bit oversimplifying here, but I hope you get my point. With hypnosis and a few other psychological tools, it is possible to change your thinking, to change how you imagine things, and in a way, anxiety, or anxiety issues anyway, are imagination pointed in the wrong direction. And often, the change is way faster than you think. I've received domestic violence survivors who managed to free themselves from that traumatic emotional response and basically even ended up laughing at the mention of their ex-abusers. And that was very liberating. And sometimes that change was done in, 15 minutes? Of course, there was more work to be done to really settle things down and everything and consolidate things, of course. But the change can be pretty fast. And that's why the strapline on my website is regain control of your mind. Because for those people, once they've realized the power of their own mind, how they can change their mind in a positive fashion like that, the next question is, what else can I do? So if you're struggling yourself with anxiety issues, PTSD, phobias, it doesn't have to be that way. No matter how long you've been in that situation, it can be helped, it can get better. I've been there myself, I had my fair share of it. It can get better. So give me a call, whether you want a session face-to-face if you're local, or you see me online if you're out and about in the world, that's fine, I can help you. But even if you don't call me, which would be a shame, there are plenty of other people who, like me, care and want you to be better. So just talk to someone.